Hi and welcome to ASFN this week. We're still fishing at Vosloop Park. Well guys, we had our second run almost an hour after the first one. Also feels like the same size fish. Coming in very nicely. Fish is not ready to come in. It's giving me quite a fight. Yo. Well guys, another nice little rover fish. Not the size that we caught earlier, but very nice indeed. Let me show the fish to you quickly. Fish are all in a very nice and healthy condition. No scale damage or anything on them. And there it goes, all on its own steam. We had a run, the rain is pouring down. Getting soaking wet. Let's see what this holds. Well guys, we just had the screaming run in the soaking wetness of this rain. It's pouring down. It's yet another nice river fish. Let me show you the fish quickly. Always remember to keep your hands wet when handling these fish. There we go. 22 pounds exactly. Let's get this one back. Guys, a lot of time you use particles as a hook bait and you want some of the freebies in your particle mix in a PVA bag, but because they're wet and they come out of the mix, they melt your PVA. So I'm quickly going to show you a little trick with a saltwater application for PVA that keeps your wet particles coming out of your particle mix from melting your PVA. We've got our tiger nuts that we've prepared that's in normal water. So what you need is a little bit of plain water and some iodized table salt. And we make quite a strong salt mixture like that. Mix that in very well. Make sure all the salt gets dissolved into the water. We take our tiger nuts from our wet particle mix. We put it into the salt water mix. Just like that. Let it lie a bit like that in the water. And then dry from the normal water, otherwise you'll melt your PVA. So what we need now is our PVA stick, PVA mesh. I'm using a bit thicker diameter 50mm diameter for this. So what we now do, we take these tiger nuts that's been soaked in the salt water and we drop it in just like that into our PVA bags. As you can see, normally the PVA would have melted already and these tiger nuts would have fallen through. So take your plunger, make it nice and tight, form a tight little loop like that. Bring the little bag through your PVA. Another knot so that we can tie it off for the next little bag we're going to make using nice strong scissors. Now you guys can see this PVA bag's not melting, and that's because of the salt. Now the theory says that we can take this PVA bag just like it is and drop it into the salt water. Like you guys see, it doesn't explode at all, it doesn't melt in the salt water. If we take this little salt PVA bag and drop it into normal fresh water and we give it a bit of time to melt, you guys will see that the fresh water actually melts the PVA. Well guys, another screaming run. The rain is just anticipated now. It feels like another proper fish. Let's see if we can land this one as well. Again, fishing with the JLC Sabre X rod with a medium tip and the Mitchell Aberrunner 7500 loaded with fire line. Reason for the fire line is we've got a rocky ledge in front of us here, and the fire line's very abrasion resistant, so it gives us a better chance of getting the fish out. Okay guys, another little fat river fish, quite angry to be out of the water. Little 18-pound fat fish, nice little stomach on it. Let's get this little guy back in the water.